Okay, YouTube, before I start this video, I want to say thank you for every bit of support. Y'all know me, I really don't care about views. I just want to be able to be famous. But I can't thank y'all enough. Like, I know view counts are low, but I don't care about that. I'm glad that people tune in to watch my videos. And I want to thank all the people who do that. I'm very appreciative of everything I have, as this is just a small path. And we'll be big soon. But I wanted to say that before I start this video. Also, I have a few announcements. My GPU will be here soon. I'm trying to scroll up to see when it comes, or scroll down, because I ordered it on Saturday or Sunday? Saturday, I'm pretty sure. It comes the 8th as of right now that I know of. I was trying to scroll down, but it low-key is pretty far down. So we're just going to have to say, fuck it. Alright. Also, I'm starting a dread journey. You know, I haven't told y'all nothing about my hair, but y'all seen my hair in cornrows for a little minute. Y'all seen it out a little bit. But basically, when I was just growing it out, I was just growing it out. So I can get cornrows. And now, I got the cornrows. And so, now the next phase is, I'm going to get coils. And we're going to grow it out. We're going to be a nonchalant, dark-skinned dreadhead who does YouTube. Alright? Facts. Alright, next. That's actually it. Let's check out the video.
Probably waiting for this one if you haven't heard the
Call of Duty movie
is officially getting a movie, but there might be a lot more to it, and I wanted to give you guys my opinions on which stories they should tell.
Y'all always come tapped in with a drink
I
sometimes.
have made Call of Duty videos for years, mainly talking
Debate
about
with me,
story,
the best sweet
lore,
tea is
and
Cookout.
the franchise as a whole.
If you're from North Carolina,
getting a movie,
South Carolina,
by the way,
you know.
this is like guaranteed at this point. We'll get into that in a minute. But what story should they tell? Should it be a Black Ops game?
Nah.
Should it be a Modern Warfare
Do Modern
game?
Warfare.
What should they do
Please,
with this?
please
I'm going to give you
do
my
Modern
opinion.
Warfare.
But first, let's look at the news behind this. So first things first, this is the Paramount website. Paramount is the company that assumably bought the rights to Call of Duty to be able to make not only movies, but also TV shows. And a bunch of these statements, they go through stats like 50 million copies have sold globally over the last years. It's been the #1 best-selling video game in the entire US across...
Why these motherfuckers give me an ad 1 minute into the video? Fuck you.
16 consecutive years, which isn't totally true, but we'll ignore that.
Yeah, that's not
for a
true.
moment.
Fortnite was...
And then they go into explaining that they want to expand the audience for Call of Duty while kind of crossing over, sending video games fans to movies and movie fans to video games. So
bro, please do Modern Warfare.
Specifically TV
Imagine,
shows,
bro, I want to see a Captain Price. I want to see a Ghost. Ghost Riley, I think it was. I want to see a Alex. I want to see a Gas. I want to see all of these different characters. Soap. I want to see all of them, alright? Please be Modern Warfare. Black Ops, like, yeah, it's cool and stuff, but it's like, bro. Modern Warfare. Debate with me. Modern Warfare campaigns are better. That's probably because I just like the theme that they go. They're more modern. I like more modern type stuff, so that's probably why.
Example as of lately probably goes out to the Fallout TV show, and with that one being so damn successful, I think they want to recreate the same thing. We'll get into that in a minute, because what they say here is that they don't necessarily just want to do a movie. They might even go further than this. Starting out with the CEO of Paramount, he says, as a lifelong fan of Call of Duty, this is truly
please, if y'all do a movie on Modern Warfare, make it the old Modern Warfare, not the new one. I love the new one with Alex and all that, blah, 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 blah. But they kind of messed up at the end unless you change it. Modern Warfare 3 is when they fucked up the whole campaign. Just change it.
To bring the extraordinary storytelling universe to the big screen is both an honor and responsibility that we don't take lightly. Now, I'm just gonna throw this one out there. I have made story Call of Duty videos for...
If they low-key do this, I will watch the whole thing as long as it's not fucking ass. I'll watch the whole thing. I promise you, bro. Paramount, I will buy a subscription if y'all do this. I will buy a subscription. Y'all could tag me and say, we did it. Buy the subscription. I will buy the subscription. Day one of the release. Just make it happen, bro.
Words of a decade. If you ever need someone to, you know, kind of really knows the lore, this is something I would absolutely love to work on.
Yeah, they gotta like understand the whole
thing. Now, going
thing.
on, they say something really interesting. We are approaching this film with the same disciplined, uncompromising commitment to excellence that guided our work on Top Gun Maverick.
Oh! That. Ouch, fuck, my nose hurt now. That's great news to hear.
To that
2 minutes in the video and I'm loving what I'm hearing.
Us who is going to be directing this film. Then they moved to the president of Activision, Rob Kostic, and they said throughout its history, Call of Duty has captured our imaginations with incredible action and intense stories that have brought millions of people together from around the world. And that focus on making incredible Call of Duty games remains unwavering. With Paramount, we have found a fantastic partner who will work with us to take that visceral, breathtaking action to the big screen. So one thing is essentially confirmed there. There is a Call of Duty movie underway. Now, will this expand to TV shows? How will this all fit in? Let's answer that question. So when this first happened, I went to Twitter to give my idea for what the best possible Call of Duty movie would look like. And here's what I said. If you took Black Ops 1 and created it into a psychological thriller war movie, I think that would be the best. The example that I gave...
Please. I'm sorry.
If you took Apocalypse Now and combined it with something like Inception with the director of Christopher Nolan. I think you could do something really, really cool here because that's essentially what Call of Duty Black Ops 1 did. This was essentially a psychological thriller set in the Vietnam War, and I think that is a really cool idea. But here's the thing. After I said this, I think I realized I was wrong. Now, some people said I was wrong because Christopher Nolan wouldn't work with Paramount.
I'm sorry, I was trying to pull up the screen to show y'all my GPU. If y'all don't like me pausing, I'm sorry. Just tell me in the comments. But like, I just wanted to pull up the screen to show my GPU, but it's not working.
In reality, Interstellar was in conjunction with Paramount, and Interstellar was absolutely phenomenal, done by Christopher Nolan. I really do think that psychological thriller-style war movie could do really, really well. But the more I got thinking about it, I don't think that's what they should do. Also, I found it really, really odd that in a press release about Call of Duty, they brought in the idea of Top Gun Maverick. What that told me is that they already have a conception or an idea of what they wanted this movie to be. And I'd be willing to bet that the director of Top Gun Maverick is likely going to be the director of this Call of Duty movie. The director in question goes by the name of Joseph Kosinski. Now, not all of his movies are bangers. I didn't really like Spiderhead, but the one thing I do have to say is that Top Gun Maverick was really, really good. Another recent good movie was F1, but his best movie by far is a movie called Only the Brave. It's about forest firefighters. That one touched home to me. I took firefighting. I was a paramedic. But as far as that movie goes, the one thing that all of his good movies have in common is they're about brotherhood. And the Black Ops franchise doesn't do that as well as Modern Warfare.
Thank you!
I think if that is the kind of story that they're going to go with, specifically for a movie, probably telling the story of an individual bad guy, whether that be someone along the lines of Khalid al-Assad or Imran Zakhaev, kind of going with that traditional, original Modern Warfare story from maybe Call of Duty 4. Now, if they do this, I truly think it should really be the story of Task Force 141, either them already established or how they are built, and that's where that brotherhood story comes in. And I think if anything, the way you start this movie is this.
All the good movies start off with the bad guy being the first scene.
Now, this would immediately establish how bad the bad guys are, establish whether it be Khalid al-Assad or Imran or Victor Zakhaev as this bad guy, but then immediately you jump to a screen that says 15 years earlier.
Stay in the shadows.
Bro, I wish I played the original Modern Warfare. I have not played that yet. Because I just jumped straight from MW2 to MW3. Like, I know the full storyline from there. I don't know. I didn't even know that's how the game starts.
Let's go.
Oh, I do know this mission, though. I'll give it up. I've seen this. I've actually seen this, and then, you know, they've remade it MW2, but it's not as good.
Now, I think early establishment of who Captain Price is, if you are doing the Modern Warfare story, is incredibly important. And I don't think there's any better situation to establish this character other than the mission All Gillied Up. Going into Chernobyl, first of all, having a super cool set piece. You can use things like the Ferris wheel, these abandoned buildings, the nuclear wastes, as this kind of set piece for the very beginning of the game. I truly believe if they do a story on Captain Price, Barry Sloan probably should be the actor who plays Captain Price. He did an amazing job in the Modern Warfare reboot. I've seen him in person do impressions of Captain Price. He was meant for this character if they are actually going to do it.
But he doesn't have the
And I think
beard.
it'd be super cool to have them show 15 years earlier as Lieutenant Price, and then fast forward 15 years later, he is now Captain Price, leading the soldiers just like Captain Macmillan led him. So in other words, the rest of the film would be establishing this fight against whoever the bad guy that they create, Khalid al-Assad, Imran Zakhaev, whoever they choose.
He does play him pretty good,
and whatever
though.
country
I remember
they are
seeing,
fighting
like, him
for.
play him.
But also
He was pretty good.
establishing the group of
And you can just see it right
task
there.
force one for one, doing future movies, or two, creating future TV shows. Now, this is where my previous theory comes in before. So remember how I said the Black Ops movie would have been my idea with Christopher Nolan? What I actually think would be better is if you did a Modern Warfare movie, but then a Black Ops TV show. And the reason why I say that is the first season of the Black Ops TV show is easy. Right off the beginning, you start off with Alex Mason in the chair being interrogated. And each individual episode is a memory that he has of the war prior to getting brainwashed. You can include Verkuda in there. And each episode is building up to something. Now, I think this would be cool because you could even do missions where you kind of have a throwback where Mason may not be the main character, but Reznov is. And it actually brings you back into World War II, maybe telling you his origin story about how he wakes up in that bloody fountain with Dmitry Petrenko. And it tells the story of the Nova gas. It tells the story of the boat that he eventually ends up on and how he ended up in Verkuda. You could do an entire episode dedicated to Viktor Reznov, which would make what goes on in Alex Mason's head that much more important. However, this is where it will change compared to the original Black Ops game, because this time there is going to be more emphasis on what this brainwashing is leading up to. And what it's leading up to is
He knows
the
what he's talking
exact
about,
same
Chad.
thing
Everything
that
he's saying,
Black
I
Ops
agree
1
with.
finished with.
8, 4, 6, 2, 10, 2, 1.
Texas. Good on Texas. Everything's bigger here. I don't know. I love North Carolina. I love Texas, though.
Basically, you can tell the story of how Alex Mason, a CIA agent, was brainwashed, and you are trying to deprogram him to figure out why he assassinated JFK. That's the story that they tell within the show. And then there's, of course, a lot of branches that they can do with that CIA story, more so in the vein of a TV show as compared to a movie. I think the movie, kind of Modern Warfare does better individual set pieces and individual stories, whereas Black Ops does a better overarching story and a lot more branches and loose ends, if you will, that you can go off to with the Black Ops story.
Oops, sorry.
But I don't think they will do either of those. Like, that's what I think they should do. Modern Warfare movie, Black Ops TV show, but most likely what I think they will do is simply a movie called Call of Duty. And then with the characters that they know, they can pull cameos from both the Black Ops universe as well as the Modern Warfare universe. They're not tied to a story that's already created, and they can kind of do their own thing. Also, probably the safest bet, because I'd be willing to bet that they're going to try to do something similar to the movies and TV shows that they have done with the games, where they create or add to the Call of Duty cinematic universe, which has already been created with the games. The question is, are the games going to be in the same storyline as the movies? This is probably, if I was willing to bet, 2 years down the road. I don't think we're going to really see anything about this movie for probably another year, which will not be released until, my guess, the earliest 2027. That's just a guess, but that's my best guess as for now. But those are my thoughts. That's what I'm thinking. If you have any other ideas of what you think they should cover in the movies or TV,
It's basically ended. Like he said, I think they should make it Modern Warfare. Yeah, but I wish they would just go down the storyline, just make it realistic, add more detail and depth to it. I know, like, how can you add more detail? Like, 2019 story, that was something special. I wish they could do something like that. But realistically, the best scenario is to go with the old MW from '09, the the MW2, MW3, and then Modern Warfare, the old ones back in the old days. That's probably the best decision to do, because it's gonna have a bunch of people who played those Call of Duties to come back, and then a bunch of new people. Like, it's just, that would be the best decision to do. But I would love to see Alex, or love to see like them in that type of area. But I just know it's probably not gonna be that. But let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment like I just said. And I'll see you boys and girls in the next video.